Today we're going to be showing you how to replace the main control board on your LG refrigerator. This particular unit, the main board is located on top at the front of the unit. Before you begin, we are going to disconnect power, so unplug the unit from the wall or kill the circuit breaker. Just make sure there's no power coming to the unit. Also, make sure that you're wearing some type of gloves or hand protection so you don't get any cuts or scrapes. And to start, each one of these holes that you see on top of this panel, there is a Phillips head screw down inside holding this panel to the top. All you need to remove those is just a typical number 2 Phillips head screwdriver. So we'll get these screws removed and then we'll come back and continue to the next step. Now that we have removed all the screws, this front panel will pop up and you may feel some resistance right here at the hinge, but that cover will pop up and then you can just lay it back out of your way. You now have access to the main control board. So the next step is going to be removing all of the wiring harnesses from the main board. You may want to take a picture before you start if you're concerned with getting these back in the proper place. But honestly, these connectors will only plug into one slot, so you can't really get them reversed or backwards or anything. And some of them are color coordinated, like this red one, it'll be a red on red, a white on white. They have different numbers of wires in each one. Also, when you are pulling these connectors off, on the back side, there is a release tab. You have to push in on the release tab while you're pulling up. And sometimes like this one, it could be hard to get your finger in behind there. So you can take a flat blade screwdriver and use it to push in and release that connector. Release that tab while you're pulling up, and it'll pop off. Then as you work your way down the board, you're just going to do the same thing, and you're going to pull all the harnesses loose and work all the way around. So I'll get all these connectors off. We'll be right back. So we now have all the wiring harnesses unplugged from the main board. The only thing that's holding this board in place are these plastic tabs. There's 3 down this side and there's 2 closest to the front of the unit. The 2 closest to you are stationary. The ones on the back, the 3, you can push in so that you can lift the board up. The easiest way to do that, I'm going to start on this end because I have this heat sink that I can pull the board upward with. I'm going to pull up, use a flat blade screwdriver, slide the first tab back, keep holding pressure up and just work my way down and release the other tabs. When you have all 3 released, the board will pop up and you can remove it, and you have now uninstalled your main control board. To install your new main control board, the side closest to you is going to go under those stationary tabs that we saw earlier. Also in the corner, there are some standoffs right here. If you look down in this area, there's a standoff there and a standoff here. It's going to go up into these holes in the corners of the board. So we're going to put that side in first and set it on those standoffs and under those stationary tabs. Make sure your harnesses are all pulled back out of the way, and then you simply just press the back side down and you heard it snap, and it's under our 3 tabs on the back. Our new main board is now installed into place properly. Next, we'll go ahead and we'll start plugging all of our harnesses back into the board. And just work your way around, make sure you don't miss any. Now we have all of our wiring harnesses plugged back into the main PCB. I went through and double checked, made sure I didn't leave any harnesses unplugged. All we have left to do is to take our cover and we're going to put it back in place. Right here at the back, this groove fits over your power cord, so make sure that's in line with the power cord. And as you're putting this down, just make sure there's no wires that are getting caught that you might pinch while you're getting it back into place. You'll feel your cover snap back into place like that. And then all you have left to do is to take the screws that you took out originally with your Phillips head screwdriver, Put these screws back into place, and you have successfully installed your main control board.